Episode 9 is set to end the Skywalker saga and the sequel trilogy itself by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one thing that a lot of people are really curious about is, of course, exactly how Rey is going to become a Jedi in Episode 9, and exactly how it's all going to be done by J.J. and Chris, and how it will actually stack up against Luke Skywalker and his path to becoming a Jedi in the original trilogy. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. One of which has all to do with Rey's path to becoming a Jedi and exactly how it will be done in Episode 9. Specifically, it's described that many new aspects will be applied to Episode 9 that will make Rey become a Jedi much like Luke Skywalker. It's described that Rey's path to becoming a Jedi will be done through various tests for the character, as well as learning from the sacred Jedi text from Ahch-To and the book of the First Jedi, as well as the Lost City. It's described that a scene was filmed where Anthony Daniels as C-3PO was translating some of the ancient text to Rey. Additionally, it's described that Rey's journey to becoming a Jedi will also have to do with the guidance of Luke Skywalker's Force Ghost and gaining knowledge about the netherworld of the Force, as well as how the Force works by scenes with Luke. Lastly, a description of Rey next to a young boy, looking at a new library in a new Jedi building that consists of the sacred texts, the book of the First Jedi, and a whole lot more. It's described that Rey appears to have a double-bladed hilt on her belt. So first things first, I want to go over the last piece that interests me the most, is of course her being next to the young boy, which I believe is either going to be her son/child and or her own Padawan that's actually going to be in Episode 9. Now, I believe that this is an epilogue, and what I mean by that is it's basically another sequence in the movie that's going to take place well into the future after the actual ending of Episode 9, showing us what Rey is up to and what her life has been like going throughout the ages of being a Jedi. So it does explain as to why both the young boy and Rey are looking at a pair of books, the First Jedi book and of course the sacred texts, all stacked on a shelf in a new Jedi building. Now, I want to go over the path to becoming a Jedi for Rey and whether or not this really does make a whole lot of sense for you guys. Now, first things first, it's going to be all done through new tests that Rey will be going through in this movie. We do know that this film is going to have a controversial MacGuffin. We're not quite sure exactly what it is as of yet, but it could very well have to do with Rey's Jedi training in Episode 9. Now, the other thing that I find very intriguing, though, is how a lot of her Jedi training and her path to becoming a Jedi will be gaining knowledge through the First Jedi book, as well as the sacred text that she took from Ahch-To out of the tree library before it was burned down by Yoda himself. Now, the other aspect of things involves the actual Force Ghost of Luke Skywalker informing Rey about the netherworld of the Force and how the Force works. So this also does match directly up with how we actually learned a couple of weeks ago that J.J. Abrams will be applying elements of the netherworld of the Force on the big screen in Episode 9, because one would say she's already so powerful she doesn't really need any training. At this point, I can see, what you guys are saying, but she also needs knowledge, and it seems as though that's exactly what J.J. Abrams is doing in this movie. It's more so going to be centered on her gaining knowledge, as opposed to actually just training like Yoda, did with, of course, Luke Skywalker. With Luke Skywalker, we got a great training sequence on Dagobah. I loved it. It was a fantastic piece. And in The Last Jedi, we didn't really get something to that level. We only got Rey sitting on a rock, listening to Luke Skywalker deliver the reason as to why the Jedi need to end and why, if the light dies, the Jedi die is humanity. So that's what Luke Skywalker had to tell Rey, but now things are really turning around in Episode 9, where Luke as a Force Ghost is also going to be helping out Rey from start to finish of this movie to becoming a Jedi. Now, this also makes sense as to why Mark Hamill did a lot of ADR and a lot of voiceover work for this movie, because his voice is going to be appearing in this movie alongside with the scenes involving the character of Rey. Kind of similar to what we got with Obi-Wan Kenobi in A New Hope, where he says, when he's talking to Luke Skywalker during the trench run, Luke, trust me, I love all of that. So With everything here in Episode 9, we can see the potential that J.J. Abrams is really trying to go for in this movie, and I really do believe, by the way, guys, that the last sequence there involving Rey and the young boy, with her having a double-bladed lightsaber on her hilt, this absolutely has to do with an epilogue of the movie. I don't believe that this is in the beginning, middle, or end of the movie. This is most certainly an epilogue. Like I say, a little clip showing us exactly where Rey has been, what her life is like as a Jedi Master perhaps, and of course the new Jedi Order and where it stands, many years after the events of Episode 9. And that's going to be a perfect way for J.J. Abrams to end the movie if it goes perfectly well like that. Anyways guys, drop a comment below, let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.